Cyberattacks are becoming more effective thanks to the use of generative AI, and that is costing companies around the world millions of dollars every time there's a breach. According to a report from IBM, the average cost of a data breach was around $4.8 million in 2024. That's a record high. And for the second year in a row, phishing attacks were the second most prevalent type of attack.
Phishing isn't a new category of threat for individuals or organizations, but what we've seen is a tremendous escalation of phishing as we've introduced AI. So what used to be, say, a 50% increase per year in phishing attacks, in 2024, the latter half, we saw a 200% increase in phishing attacks.
That's Maribel Lopez, the founder of strategy consulting firm Lopez Research. She believes that with the addition of AI, phishing attacks are not only happening more often, but they're also becoming more effective.
So realistically, what does it look like with AI that makes it so efficacious? What we've discovered, there's been recent research done that said a phishing attack that was constructed with the latest AI models had a 54% click-through rate. That's compared to what was a 12% click-through rate before, which if you look at most email marketing campaigns are somewhere in the 3 to 5% range. So the click-through rates, given that it's AI, are extremely high, and that's why this is such a dangerous threat.
Potential losses due to cybercrime were over $12.5 billion in 2023, according to the FBI's Internet Crime Report, and that's only accounting for crimes reported to the Bureau. To find out how these attacks are becoming so effective, I spoke to former federal prosecutor and cybersecurity investigator Judd Welly.
AI is basically causing these phishing scams to become even more realistic and thereby more difficult to detect. So if you can imagine for a moment, someone's sitting at their desk and they get a phone call, they pick up the phone and they hear their boss's voice, and it's a very urgent sounding request to take some action, wire some money, send some data to a certain location. That's the power of the generative AI. The threat actors can simulate essentially a person's voice and then fool the workers to take action on these scams.
Generative AI is making these phishing attacks more common and effective, but there might be a silver lining. The cost of cybersecurity breaches was 45% lower for organizations that used AI and automation extensively in security operations. Those companies also had a 33% faster response time to breaches, according to an IBM report.
So already we see some of the leading cybersecurity tools incorporating AI to be smarter and faster in terms of detecting these threats as they come in and then also dealing with them.
We have AI scammers on the attack and AI cybersecurity on defense. But what can organizations really do to defend themselves? According to most experts, it all comes down to training.
Certainly, the more attacks there are, the more of a business case there is to bring on cybersecurity tools and services. So we definitely see that. But equally as important as the security tooling is having the right people, the right training, and the right process and preparedness.
Realistically, a lot of the concern with phishing comes down to people. It takes on average 60 seconds for an individual to click on a link and have their username and password compromised. So what do you do to solve something like this? Basically, it comes back to training your people, training individuals not to click on anything at all, if at all possible, but also making sure that individuals have least privilege access. So even if you are compromised, there's an opportunity afterwards to detect and eliminate the possibility that the attacker can get any farther than they already have.